Hello students and welcome to the e-learning program initiated by Shri Gyanmanjari Vidyapit for the students of Standard 10, in which we are learning the subject of English. Students, this is the third lecture for the writing skills which we are learning. In that we are learning formal letters. Students, in the previous two lectures we have learnt a lot about the art of writing letters, the importance of writing letters. This is a one-time process. Each year, right from 5th, 6th standards, you have been taught about letter writing. Each year, it's a one-time process. Something is taught. Next year, something better is taught in the same line. The reason behind it is to make you more and more perfect in the art of letter writing, so that letter writing becomes a skill in which you are perfect. It is not for the sake of scoring more marks in the exams. That, of course, you will be able to do. But it is more important throughout the life. Whatever you learn during the school, that stays with you forever. Such topics, letter writing, note writing, notice writing, writing different types of advertisements, which we have already done, the grammar that is taught to you right from the lower standards, slowly perfected by you. Of course, the difficulty level keeps on changing, but then it will be helpful throughout your life. Our aim is not to pass out 10th standard with good marks. Whatever we are learning, it should be useful to us, practically useful to us in our life. And letter writing is one of the art that is practically useful to you throughout the life. Many of you students must have bought birthday cards, greeting cards. Many of you must have noticed when you sit down to write to someone, when you start to greet someone, you become blank. मैं इसमें क्या लिखूं? It happens because we have not mastered the art of writing. But many of you must have noticed that once you start writing, automatically the flow, it becomes fluent, and without any hesitation you are able to pour out your heart's wishes and the greeting cards. This is exactly what we are teaching, that you should be able to open up your heart whenever you are doing some writing work. Writing letter, whether that is formal, whether that is informal, of course the approach changes, because for informal letters we write to family and friends, we are more open to them, we write in quite an informal language which shows your relationship with that person. You're quite intimate when you're writing an informal letter. But that doesn't happen in formal letter, because we are most of the times we are writing it to strangers whom we don't know. So that is official, that's a document. When it comes to a formal letter, it becomes a document that has to be preserved, that has to be kept as a record. So We have learnt in formal letters in our previous lectures that it's an experience that the modern technology cannot touch. Letters, they create a connection that this modern technology and the impersonal forms, for example, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, all these forms of communication will never be able to approach. If you want to communicate with someone, your thoughts, letter is the best medium. Please remember, in formal letter, we have to write a letter in such a way that we secure the respect of the person we are writing to. We get the consideration of the person with whom we are corresponding. That means if you are requesting something, your language should be in such a way that automatically the person considers your request and is prompted to take a quick action. Because words written in proper format and style will have more effect and impact. As far as our exams are concerned, it's a 5-mark question, has a lot of weightage in the exam. So for us, we should be easily able to score maximum out of the 5 marks. Only thing to remember is we should not use some rough language, slang language, regional or colloquial words, abbreviation, that is short form. We should always be precise and to the point. The most important point in letter writing is the subject line, and it should be very precise, very important, because that is where the person's eyes is going to fall on. Then we saw that there are different types of formal letters. For example, letters to editors of newspapers, complaint letters, letters for placing orders, inquiry letter. Out of that, we have learnt about writing letters to editors of newspaper, that is for drawing public's attention towards social or common issues. There are many social issues on which you need to make people aware about. Then we learnt about complaint letter, where some misbehavior of staff or salesmen regarding problems faced in this society, like shortage of water, you write to the water department, municipal corporation. Frequent power breakdown, that is you write to GEB or PGVCL asking. Then we learnt about the inquiry letter, where you are seeking some information from somebody. Then we learnt in detail about the format of the formal letter, that is sender's address on the top without the name, then leave a line, date, proper format, then the receiver's address, subject of the letter, in minimum possible words. Then we start with salutation, opening salutation, that is dear sir or madam, and wherever appropriate we use respected sir or madam also. Then we come to the main part, that is the body part of the letter, which is very important. That body part is divided into 3 parts, that is first paragraph, second paragraph, and third paragraph. First paragraph, we just introduce ourselves and the purpose of writing the letter in brief. Second paragraph is the main paragraph, where you include all that is asked in the question. The third paragraph, you give a solution, that is a conclusion. Either you give a solution or you mention some ways of coming out of the problem. Then we come to the closing address, closing salutation, that is thanking you. Then usually we use yours sincerely. At places befitting or appropriate, we also use your faithfully, your obediently. Suppose we are writing to the principal, then we write yours obediently. Then below that, it's your name and designation if it's there, otherwise just drop it. Then we saw the format and some examples. Now let us go ahead with today's lecture. Let us first continue with another example of writing to the editor of the newspaper, formal letter. A very simple question, a day-to-day hardship faced by students. Every day you are late to school by 15 minutes because your school bus gets stuck in traffic jam near Ganapati Temple crossing. Along with own ideas, write a letter to the editor of a newspaper highlighting this problem and suggesting some remedy for it. Now, I hope sincerely that all the students are seated with writing material so that they can note down whatever is available on the screen. Here something else is asked. That is why many times I ask the students that we are not able to read the question properly. We just read the question for the sake of reading. Here we have to write a letter. It's about a daily problem faced by the students. That's okay. But you carefully read the latter part of the question. That is, the first thing is you have to write the letter to the editor of the local daily. You can take up any of that, right? That's not an issue. The problem has to be highlighted. Now, what is the problem? Problem is the traffic jam that happens at the Ganapati Temple crossing. Signal is also there, or maybe not there, but then traffic police early in the morning, they are not quite available at that early morning time where we go to school. Because of the traffic jam, the bus gets stuck in the traffic jam, and that is why even though you were picked up on time, then also you are every day, your bus gets late by 15 minutes. Maybe you missed the assembly. But reading the second half of the question, write a letter to the editor of a newspaper highlighting this problem. You read up till here only. The most important part of the question is totally missed out. That is, suggesting some remedy for it. If you have not read properly this part and not written properly in the exam, then you come up with 2 marks, 2.5 marks, maximum 3 marks out of 5 marks. Now, when the result of, say, SA1 or the finals come up, you had expected at least 70, 75 out of 80, but when the mark sheet comes in your hand, it is somewhere around 60. You are losing 20 marks. Why is that so? It is because we do not organize our thoughts, especially in the paper of English. We do not organize. Since lower standards, you have been told to organize your thoughts. So first thing is to 3, 4, 5 times read the question properly, try to understand the essence of the question even before attempting that. First thing you have to do is mentally frame up the paragraphs. First paragraph is the introduction part where you highlight the problem. Second is you write the problem in detail. Then your third paragraph in this particular question should be your own opinion or suggestion how to deal with this problem. You miss this part? Content part, one paragraph is just rubbish. You get maximum part from the body part, that is the 3 paragraph. Out of that 2 are okay, 1 is not. So you get marks for format, that is address, ye sab niche naam tak. You get that 1 mark. But maximum mark allotted for the content, you miss that. So let us see how, in very, very simple words, without using those hi-fi vocabulary, how in simple words whole of the letter is dealt with. First of all, your own address. that is 232 Friends Colony, Joshinagar, whatever. Leave a line, write the date 16th May 2020, again leave a line. The editor, the Hindustan Times, Ahmedabad, that is the person whom you are sending to, that is the receiver. Subject, think about the subject properly. As we discussed, 4 to 5 lines, 4 to 5 words maximum. If it's too lengthy, then you can, of course, make a 2-line subject. That's not a problem. But see that you justify the subject properly. Here, chaotic traffic condition. We are concentrating on the traffic condition. Now, how is the traffic condition? Totally disorderly. हर एक आदमी ने अपना व्हीकल फंसा के रखा है and nobody is able to get out of that situation. That is totally a situation which is out of order and control. So that is chaotic traffic condition. Greetings or opening salutation. Dear sir oblique madam, we do not know editor is male or female or whoever is opening the letter, reading it. So standard, dear sir madam. The first paragraph. Through this letter of mine, comma, I wish to draw the attention of the traffic authorities towards the problems faced by students every day. Now you are trying to make aware the traffic department of the police department. Now, police also keeps quite a close watch in newspapers. They gather information from there and then they work upon it. That these are the reviews of the public. We should concentrate over here more. So that is why people can keep on writing letters to the editor so that they are published and the police comes to know about it. So, through this letter of mine, I wish to draw the attention the traffic authority toward the problem faced by students every day. Main point over here is 2. First is the traffic authorities are to be made aware, and who is facing the problem? Students. Then the traffic department has to worry more. They have to take quick action because students आना जाना एक ही टाइम का होता है, पूरे दिन आते जाते नहीं है, सुबह एक बार जाते दोपहर को घर आते. So they need to pay attention over those, that half an hour, 45 minutes they have to take care. Second paragraph, which makes the main content of the question. We reach our school 15 minutes late. That has been directly taken from the question. As our school bus gets stuck in the traffic jam near Ganapati Temple crossing. This much is also given in the question. Now read carefully and listen carefully. Now you are going to give the reason. People park their vehicles in haphazard way. It's a mandir and a famous Ganapati temple. So people in the morning before they go to work, they stop over there to say a prayer. To get inside the temple, they need to park the vehicles outside. So because they are going to stay over there just for 5-10 minutes, so they anyhow park the vehicle and go inside, offer the prayers, come outside quickly and go to work. They are not staying over here, but everybody parking haphazardly over here, haphazard here, anyhow. That creates a problem. A bus is not able to go forward because a scooter, just it is touching the bus. Now the bus is not going ahead because it might damage the scooter. Now for that, until that scooter wala comes, the bus has to stop over there. So people park the vehicles in a haphazard way. Next problem. Beggars crowd the gate as well as the roads. Beggars, they are begging for alms, some money, food offered by the devotees who come over there. So they are crowding because this is the peak hour for the earning hours for the beggars also. उसके बाद दिन भर में एक दो क्या आते हैं, लेकिन सुबह के टाइम में रश होता है मंदिर में, राइट. सो दैट इज द टाइम दे नीड टू बेग. So they crowd over here and create quite a lot of nuisance over there. Now the last line is quite dramatic. Listen how it is told. There is a traffic signal at that crossing, but people do not follow it. आप सीधा सीधा ये नहीं बोलते कि वहाँ पे कोई ट्रैफिक पुलिस नहीं होता है जो ट्रैफिक जंप करके जाने वालों को रोकता है और फाइन करता है. दैट मीन्स ट्रैफिक पुलिस इज एब्सेंट एट दैट टाइम. आप डायरेक्टली नहीं बोल रहे हो. यस, आप इनडायरेक्टली बोलते हो कि देयर इज अ ट्रैफिक सिग्नल ओवर देयर बट पीपल डू नॉट फॉलो इट. If people are not following it, it is the duty of the traffic police over there to stop them, make them pay a fine. But traffic police is not there, so people don't observe the traffic rules over there, right? So you have to frame up your words so that it has an impact and it directly tells them you are not doing your duty. There's no beat over here, there's no police over here. So words, they make effect, they make an impact. Now we come to the third paragraph. The third paragraph should contain the essence of the letter. That means it should, as a child, as a student, it should tell the police department or it should tell the public, whoever is reading, that there is a solution to this problem. How? That you have to tell in the third paragraph. It is my humble request that a parking area should be allotted to the temple site. What is the problem? People park their vehicles haphazardly. So what is the solution? That the point you raised, you got to solve that point also, right? So parking is haphazard. So what is the solution? Solution is give a specific parking area to only to those people who come to the temple in the morning. So they will park their vehicles over there and the road will be free for traffic. The temple trust should appoint someone who can make the beggars sit in a queue, and that too on the footpath and not on the road. Now comes the beggars. Now that is not the work of the police, that is the work of the trust of the temple. They should be looking after these things. So they should appoint someone who will ask the beggars. Otherwise beggars, they will be asked to go away from there, right? So they have to listen to the temple people. Now somebody, the trust of the temple or the management of the temple, they should appoint someone who will make the beggars sit in a queue, and that also on the footpath and not on the main road. We know how beggars, they just spread a cloth and they sit over there and they obstruct the traffic. They do not allow the traffic to be easy flowing over there because they are sitting right over there in the parking place. The first point you raised is about the haphazard traffic. You gave a solution. The second point you raised is about the beggars. You tried to solve it. Now the third point that you raised, people are not following traffic rules at the signal, then you got to give a solution to that also. If there is a traffic signal, that means there should be a police picket over there, a beat over there, so that traffic police mandatory or compulsorily should be there right in the morning when the traffic gets congested over there. So this is your third problem that you are going to give an opinion or a suggestion about. And last but not the least, a police picket should be there at the crossing to make people follow rules and regulations. 3 or 4 days, when people come to know that police is over here and we cannot do this, yeah, they will stop doing that, right? Otherwise they will have to pay a fine. So if a police picket is there or if a policeman is standing over there, then people will automatically follow the rules. You are telling indirectly that there is no policeman over here in the morning. Please appoint someone so that He is on duty over there looking after the situation. Now you are signing off. That means parting lines. I hope you'll publish this letter in your esteemed newspaper, and so that some action can be taken in this. Regards. Then as usual, yours sincerely and your name. If it is not supplied, you can write an imaginary name. So whenever we are doing the writing work, especially in exams, whenever we come to the writing section where you have to write reports and emails and letters and essays, please take your time. Look at the question properly. Read it 3-4 times so that you are aware what is asked and what I have to write in the answer. For that, you will have to organize your thought. This is asked, what can I write? Then I have to solve it also. If I have raised a problem, if a problem is given in the question, then I have to frame up words which will give an impact as a problem. And then I have to also suggest the solution of that problem. So you have to think in both ways, how to make up that problem and how to solve that problem. You just can't start, okay, this is the question, start writing. No, that is what most of the students do, and they suffer very heavily because marks get deducted when the teacher or the examiner doesn't find what he wants in that letter. Now we come to the next type of letter, formal letter, that is complaint letter. Now complaint letter, we have already studied that we can make a complaint lots of places. For example, society is not being cleaned properly by the safai wala, or the drainage problem, or persist any of the day-to-day problems. The street light is not working properly, or you have taken some goods, electronic goods or any other goods, they are faulty or they are inedible, somebody is not changing it. Yes, you go to change that item, he is not changing, so then you got to write to the authority. So this way lots of complaints can be made. You either write to the authority or you write to the shopkeeper and lodge a complaint, because your complaint works as a proof that this is the customer and this is the complaint from him, and if we don't deal with the matter, then there can be serious issues. Now let us start with an example so that we can better understand that. Write a letter to the mayor of your city. By reading this much, it should strike you that mayor, he belongs to the municipal corporation. He is the head of the political wing of the municipal corporation, right? He is elected, we have learned that in standard 9, right? He has been elected from some ward and a political party who gets the majority in those municipal corporation election. Out of that, they select their leader and that leader becomes the mayor. So he is the person concerned with the political part of the municipal corporation. He is an authority, he takes decision, right? So write a letter to the mayor of your city seeking a solution to the problem of waterlogging in your area. Now what is waterlogging? When rain falls, then rainwater that gets collected on the road, it doesn't find an outlet, that is the drainage system which drains out the rainwater. storm drainage बोलते हैं, quite big pipes underground, and they drain out the excess water of the rain that has got collected. Now that system is not working, so waterlogging happens. Sometimes it happens in low-lying areas, जो खड्डे में पड़ जाते, वहाँ पानी इकट्ठा हो जाता है and it's not able to go out. So waterlogging issue, it's quite persistent, continuous, happens here and there. So that waterlogging happens in your area. Now you are given a name. You are Raj or Rani of Digvijay Colony, Vadodara. So name, address is given to you. To whom you have to write, that is given to you. What is the problem, that is given to you. As usual, we start with the address on the top without the name. 14/8 Digvijay Colony, Vadodara. Leave a line, then usually the date 15th July, 2020, the standard way of writing the rate. Then leave a line, to whom, the mayor, Vadodara. That much is enough. This address which has a proper authority, for example you write the police commissioner, Vadodara, then even if the rest of the address is not there, because this is an office, name of an office, position, rank, so it will automatically reach. We don't have to worry about that. Subject, it's quite a long one because it's needed over here. What's the complaint? Complaint regarding the problem of waterlogging in Digvijay Colony. We are writing such a long subject which goes into the second line. As we said, the subject is very, very important. Who is writing? Okay, the person, the mayor, he doesn't know you. So your name, address, or he knows his name and address. Okay, so that is also date, okay. But what he looks into your letter, when he reads it, the first thing he is going to read it is the subject. By reading the subject, he knows problem, waterlogging, area, Digvijay Colony, right? So then he knows, 3-4 complaint पहले भी आई है, now we are. So the more complaints are received, he is forced to work. So even if थोड़ी बहुत lengthy होता है subject line, then also you should write it. As usual, dear sir and madam, don't forget the name is already provided to you. If you are a boy, write Raj. If you are a girl, write Rani. I am Raj, a resident of the Digvijay Colony. The residents of the area are facing a lot of problems due to waterlogging. This is the introductory paragraph, the first paragraph. So you introduce yourself, where you live, and what is the problem. 3 things in the first paragraph you deal with: your name, that is introduction of yourself, where you live, and what is the problem. It's not an individual problem, it is the problem of the residents of the complete area, and since quite a lot of days we are facing this problem. That also you conveyed. Now comes the second and most important paragraph, where you describe or you complain your complaint in detail. Every year in the monsoon season, it's not during off season, because waterlogging happens only during monsoon. When it rains heavily, whole of the area gets flooded because there is no outlet for the rainwater. The area gets filled with water as the drainage system gets choked. This is the reason. The drainage system is there, but plastic कचरा सब फंस जाता है उसमें and it gets choked. Time to time it should be removed so that the rainwater goes down the drain and without any stoppage, without any obstructions, it will drain the water from the road, from the area, and keep the area free from waterlogging. Now, what is another problem? We have requested the area committee many times. Area committee is the committee made by the members or residents of that area. Whatever problems you have, you just give them a note and they see that the problem is solved by taking up the matter in the corporation. So we have requested the area committee many times, but the situation is still the same. That means the area committee was not able to solve the problem. Now comes the third one. The residents' lives have become miserable as many water-borne diseases have spread. Because water remains stagnant, it has no way to go out or to drain. So water remains stagnant, and during monsoon season we know malaria, cholera, all these waterborne diseases, they spread because water is stagnant. That is problem number 3. All the houses are submerged. Water, because water logs in that area, so many low-lying houses, water gets into their homes, and now the floor disappears and water enters into the house, and it damages the furniture, things kept over there, and it's quite a lot of problem. That is problem number 4. And we are facing quite a tough time. We have to leave our jobs and work and all that, and we have to, whenever water logging is there, we have to stay at home, try to save whatever we can, and a continuous problem persists every year. So actually you mentioned 4 problems over here. The first one is drainage system is choked. Second, area committee is helpless, it cannot do anything. Third, stagnant water, spread of waterborne disease. Third, the water enters the houses and it causes lots of damage. Now here you cannot give any opinion or suggestion because you have already done that. Now it is not within your power to call somebody and open up the drainages, clear the whatever is choking the pipes. It is in the hands of the mayor and the concerned department. So here you are helpless. You cannot give any opinion or suggestion. At the most what you can do is give a very, very humble request. Sir, please do something. Madam, please do something so that problems of the citizens can be solved. Here you are not in a position to give any opinion or suggestion. So we will avoid that. So this is a problem which only the administration can solve. It's not in your hands. So just write simple 2 lines. Please consider the issue, the seriousness of the issue, and find a solution, whatever solution the administration takes, so that our problem is solved. You end off the letter with yours sincerely and the name given to you, that is Raj or Rani. So we see sometimes most of the complaint letters we get, we have to deal with the question. So it depends upon you how you deal with the question. Are you the authority? Can you do something? No. If you cannot do something, then you have to request the authority. If you can do something about it, or if there is a chance that you can give a solution to the problem, then you can give. अभी जैसे रास्ते water logging का है, you are in no position to give any solution to it, right? Don't give rubbish solution like bring your people over there and bring that machine which drains out the water or repairs the choking or repairs the drainage system. No, you are not in the position of giving such solution to the authority. So simply avoid it. Now let us look at yet another complaint letter which deals with faulty goods. Your Viren / Virti, that means name is given to you, of 504 Vashisht Flats, Navi Mumbai, that means address is also given to you. Now comes the problem. You had bought a smart TV from Reliance Mall. So which product you have bought, from where you have bought, that is also given to you. But now the TV set is not working properly. Now that is the problem. You have bought a new TV set, it's not working. Write a complaint letter in not more than 120 words. That is usually the limit of a formal letter. So address has been given to you, 504 Vashishta Flats, Navi Mumbai. In between you can also add the name of the area also if you want, but it should finish with 3 or 4 lines because we need maximum space for the letter. Leave one line, write the date, standard format 15th October, comma 2019. The receiver of the letter, the manager, Reliance Mall, Mumbai. I know the spelling is wrong. Leave one line, subject, poor quality of product that you have bought. So poor quality of product will become the subject. Dear sir or madam, as the case may be. Introductory paragraph, that is the first paragraph. You introduce yourself and a little bit upon what you're going to talk. I am writing this letter to inform you that 1 week ago I bought a smart TV, that is a television set of Samsung company, from your store. You are informing the manager that 1 week ago, that means not much time has lapsed since you bought the TV. Now you are giving the details of the TV, smart TV. You are giving the name of the company, Samsung company, from your store. Now because you have bought it from quite a reputed store, so of course you will be having the bill details, all the things. Now comes the second paragraph where you give the details of the problem. You can start with, I regret to say, that means I am sorry to say that the TV that I bought 1 week ago from your store of Samsung company has given a lot of trouble and inconvenience since then. That means since the time I bought, and has malfunctioned. It has been just 1 week. So the product, you have the full privilege to get it replaced. I repent saying, that means I don't like saying that in spite of my repeated reminders through phone calls, emails, you have paid no attention towards the problem. That means you have tried your level best to contact and correspond with the store, but the store has not paid any attention to either the calls, emails. So you have all the proofs. On top of that, you are writing this letter. So you have all the proofs with you that the company or the store is not listening to you. Now comes the real part, that is the third one, where we have to give some solution to the problem. This example is particularly given to you so that how to say some things in a rightful way so that the other person understands that. Now it has just been 1 week since you bought the television and it has malfunctioned. It's not working properly. You have your call details where you contacted the store, tried to speak to the person in charge. No response. You have written emails, you haven't got any reply. That means the store has sold you a defective piece and it is not trying to take any responsibility of it by not responding to the customer. So you have the full right to approach any customer court, consumer court. You have the full rights because the television set that is in warranty guarantee period, it has been only 1 week. Here you have to mention that as you are not paying any attention I'll have to knock the doors of the consumer court. Indirectly, you are giving a threat because the store is not responding. So if after this letter the store does not respond, then I'll go to the consumer court. Now they know what happens if they go to the consumer court. You are absolutely right. You just bought the product 1 week ago. You have the full right to get it replaced, repaired, whatever. They are not doing it. So the court is going to punish them. Right? So now they will have to respond because now you are ready to go to the consumer court. We are giving a threat, but in quite good words. Let us look at those words. So I hope you will not compel me, force. I hope you will not compel me or force me to knock the doors of consumer court. You will not force me because by not responding, you are forcing me to go to the consumer court. So please don't try to do that, right? I also hope you will try your level best to make me satisfied and replace or repair the product. साथ में थोड़ा मस्का भी मारना पड़ता है, राइट? सो उसको ये भी बताना है कि नहीं करोगे तो कंज्यूमर कोर्ट में जाऊंगा, लेकिन ऐसा टाइम नहीं आएगा. आई होप यू विल replace, change or repair the product as per my full satisfaction so that we don't have any dispute. If we can do some work without any dispute, without legally going to the court, it's better for your prestige, the name of your store. It's quite a reputed one. But if such matters go to the court, it brings bad name to the company. So don't force me to do that. And I hope we can resolve it at local level between you and me. But those words, you have to very carefully choose those words. So it shouldn't sound like a threat, but at the same time, you are telling that if you don't do whatever is needful, then I have the right to go to the consumer court. Now you are signing off the letter, thanking you, yours sincerely. The name is already given to you, Viren. Now see that here, rather than sincerely, please don't write yours obediently. Yes, we are not under them, so we don't have to obey them. So choose your closing address. Choose your opening salutation and your closing salutation properly. Students, please note down this. When you are writing any complaint letter, you can make use of this set of words that is on the screen. I regret to inform you that the product I bought is not working. I regret to inform you that in spite of repeated complaints, still the problem persists. Next is, I am writing to you to inform my dissatisfaction with your product. These are nice ways of approaching someone. Another one is, the quality of the scent material is lower than what we choose at your store. Especially website दिखाती कुछ है, भेजती कुछ है, or the company, right? So you can write a letter to them in good words, but then you also mean what you say. That means I'm not ready to accept whatever you have sent, and I'm going to fight back. But it should be written in some good, decent words. Such service is not acceptable and has caused us considerable inconvenience because... Now, what is the meaning of inconvenience over there? Suppose you are living alone, and then you are at your job and a phone call comes, भाई आ जाओ मैं रिपेयर करने के लिए आया, तो काम धंधा छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा. So that is the inconvenience, right? Nobody is at home, or somebody, a small child is at home, right? So दो चार स्क्रू टाइट करके चला गया, बोला हो गया. So such service is not acceptable and has caused us considerable inconvenience. Or another one approach can be, the receipts photos, warranty card is or are enclosed, so that the person to whom we are corresponding knows that this is a genuine complaint, and if he goes to the consumer court, he has all the evidence against me, and I'll be punished by the court. I'll have to pay him, right? So in some serious cases, you can attach the photocopy, not the original, the photocopy of receipts or the photos or warranty card, Xerox copy of the warranty card, so that the other person is in a check and he will respond to you. So students, we stop over here for the day and we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you, students.